All right, in this lesson, I'll introduce the swap level method, which swaps predictably the levels within a multi-index. Now, if you only have two levels, there's no arguments that have to be passed, so this example will be fairly simple. And if you're interested in diving into what happens when you have a multi-index with more than two levels or more than two layers, you can dive into the documentation for the arguments within this method and dive into the more complex examples. So let's begin by re-executing our code. We have our date and country columns as our multi-index, and let's say I just want to swap the two positions. There may be a more roundabout way of doing this by doing things like reset index and then saying set index and reversing the order in which we feed our strings to our list. We can also just change it in our index call parameter by swapping these around. But let's say the data frame we have is what we actually have to work with. In that case, I'm just going to call it bigmac.swaplevel with parentheses. We can see here in our original data frame, it's date and country in that order. When I execute this method, it's just going to swap them around, as simple as it gets. So now instead of date and country, we have country and date. And now we have them in the reverse order that they originally appeared. Now the swap level method does not take any kind of in-place parameter. So if I want to actually overwrite my original data frame, I do have to assign back to Big Mac. You can also see here these I and J parameters, which represent the numeric values of the index positions. So this is what you'll have to modify whenever you're dealing with three or more layers or levels in your multi-index. For now, I'm satisfied with this, so I'm going to reassign to Big Mac and just preview my first three rows. And so here again, you can see that we have here the same date, the 1st of January 2010, and Argentina, Australia, Brazil in my original sequence. Now I have Argentina, Australia, Brazil in my first three on the outer layer, which is my country level, and then my second level has been replaced with date, where I have that value represented throughout those rows. So the swap level method swaps the levels, exchanges them, moves them around, places one where the other is. Pretty simple method if you want to run a quick operation to just perform that operation.